when I was 49, and I'm not 49 anymore. And the demands and the challenges and the stamina required are more than what I can balance in my 66 years old, and more than what you deserve as a church. I think that, and Leanne and I have talked and prayed. This has been on our radar for a while, as we've just sought the Lord. 17 years. You were calculating. Okay, let's see. He's 49, and let's see, what does that mean now? So 66. And so we just really feel like that it's time, that we're at a good place as a church. We are as healthy as any time in my 17 years as your pastor. We are not going anywhere to another church to serve. We don't have plans. We don't know what that might look like ministry-wise. Hopefully I'll be able to preach some and teach. That would be our desire, because you don't retire from ministry. But the senior pastor role is a very demanding role, and I'm not sure either. You know, it helps the church to get fresh energy and fresh vision and new eyes, and so we'll pass the baton to the next generation and trust the Lord to have His will and to continue doing. You've heard me say before that no one church is dependent on any one man. And you've heard me also say that if everything that God has done while we've been here goes away when we leave, then we failed. Because our ministry, it depends on the Lord, and it's the Lord that does His work, right? Not us. He uses us as we just serve Him. And so I remember, Debbie, I don't know if you remember this, Debbie Shoup, but we were in this very room when we had flown in from Brazil. We had I think we had all three of the girls, maybe just two. And Debbie, and we were just a Q&A time, and Debbie said, "How long do you think you'll stay?" You remember that? And I said, I have no idea. If we feel like God calls us here, then we will come and stay as long as we feel like He wants us to stay. Never imagining 17 years. In fact, Leanne says that she's never lived anywhere as long as we have lived here. And so we have sought to just honor the Lord and be with you and serve you, and it's been an honor and blessing. It's bittersweet for us, but we know that it's the Lord's time. Nothing's going on health-wise for us either. It's not anything that has happened. It's not anything that anybody has done or not done, said or not said. It's just, if you know what we've been through over these years, you know that's not the case. We'll stay as long as the Lord wants us to. So here's our plan. Here's our desire, that we would stay. It looks like that our Israel trip is back on, and that's at the end of February, 1st of March. Typically, when a pastor leaves, they give 2-week notice. We don't want to do that because we want to stay longer than that to kind of help transition time. And so what we'd like to do is that we would like to stay through mid-March. We'll go on our Israel trip and then come back, and that next Sunday, which would be March the 13th, would be our last Sunday. That would be the last Sunday that I would preach. So it gives us 8 weeks. I would like to kind of help in the transition time, get the deacons ready, maybe we can get a committee together, get the job description out there, get it posted, get resumes coming in, or however you guys want to do that. But I want to be here to be able to help even in the interim time, as far as like we did on our sabbatical, maybe getting some guys lined up to preach soon, right at the beginning. So there's some kind of stability, but want to try to help as much as we can in that transition time. So there's sadness in our heart because we love you guys. We have put down roots here, and this is not easy for us. And in fact, I've been dreading this day for a long time. But we just truly feel like that this is the Lord. And I hate to end on a note like this, but I don't know how else to do it. I really don't. I didn't want to tell you at the beginning of the service. I don't think I could preach after that. But I don't know if you have a question that you want to ask me. Leanne's with me right here. You might want to ask her anything you want to ask us about it. There's really, it's just kind of the way it is, I kind of tried to answer your questions as I did that, but like I said, nothing's going on, nothing's happened. Our intent is to, health-wise too, just to be able to help my mom a little bit, who's 88, and just her health has declined, and my sister just needs some help. So we'll probably pull our RV down there, put it in their driveway, and just be there some to be able to help out there. Yeah, we never saw ourselves as, what do they call them, a hired shepherd. We felt like we were serving the Lord with you guys, and it's been a great blessing. The reason why I stopped our live feed was because I wanted you guys to hear it. I didn't want it to get into the Ethernet world out there before you guys heard and before other church members. So Fred is going to take this, and he'll post it on our church Facebook page as soon as he can, so that those that aren't here will be able to hear. And the reason why is because we want them to hear it from us. I didn't want it just to go rampant because people make things up. They misunderstand things, and we wanted you and everybody to hear from us. She said you can't pass the baton to somebody who doesn't know everybody's names. Well, that'll take time. You guys are a loving church. You will love someone well. You have loved us well, and it's. We will keep you posted. We'll have things. I will be on our church Facebook page as far as getting things out to you and stuff. If you have other questions, you have my cell number. You can text or call the church office, and I'll be glad to chat with you about it. Okay. And then we can talk more about what it's going to look like as we move forward. As far as these next 8 weeks, it won't seem any different to you. I will be here doing everything through the week that I've been doing. I'll be here to preach on Sundays as well. So nothing will seem different in that sense over these coming weeks. Okay. Pray for Leanne. And speaking of, she, as much as she is like me, even worse than me, is in the fact that she is a hugger. She is going to see Kathleen. She's leaving to fly to see Kathleen tomorrow, her niece, for a few days. And so she's masking up, and she is avoiding a lot of unnecessary contact right now so that she won't get sick before she leaves and not be able to see her. Because Kathleen's very compromised right now with her chemo, and they're trying to make sure that nothing. In fact, she got voted to be on the homecoming court up there at her school this weekend. So Leanne's going up to be able to see her in that. But we certainly don't want her to get sick and not be able to do that. And so as much as Leanne wants to, and we both do, but we'll have time in the coming weeks to say our goodbyes in a good sense. Okay. All right. So let's stand together, and we'll have a final word of prayer and be dismissed. Okay.